Marriage is probably the hardest thing I've ever done because there's a lot of things that happen in marriage that we just can't explain them. They just happen. Because you're going to marry somebody, you're going to be with them the rest of your life, and they have their propensities, and you got your propensities, and it's probably one of the hardest things for anybody to do. I came from Brooklyn, and my family, I lived on the streets pretty much. I grew up, a pretty tough life. I was in a street gang, so I had to, as far as my family values, I didn't have much of those. Does that make sense? I was drinking wine when I was 11 years old. Yeah, my family never smoked. My mom and dad, my whole life. They were separated. He was about 3 blocks away from where my mom was. So I had that going in my brain also. My mother was an alcoholic. She used to drink a lot, and when she was in the tavern, she would take me into the bar, and the patrons who were there, they would grab me by the cheek and go, "You're such a cute little pooch." So my name became Poochie, my nickname, Poochie. My name is Abdul Aziz, and formerly Don Smith. I was having practice in Milwaukee, and I was a teammate of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So I was taking some free throws, and Kareem comes over and he goes, "What's that around your neck?" And I wore a gold cross on my neck. I said, "Well, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian." So he said, "Okay," and he walked away. So then when I got back home that evening, I said, "Wow," I said, "I'm a Christian, but I know nothing about religion. I'm just a Christian by name." So I said, I want to investigate and find out about religion. So I went to the Milwaukee Library. I got a Bhagavad Gita, which is like a Hindu scripture. I got a Torah, which was a Jewish scripture. I got a Bible, which was a Christian book. And then I got a Quran. And I said, I'm going to do the scientific method. I'm going to read the material, process it, and make a determination on which is right. And when I read it, I said the Quran, this was the most logical. And I became a Muslim in 1976, I think it was. Well, in Islam you don't date, but you can go out, but there's no physical stuff going on. But about a year later, we got married. I had tendonitis in my wrist, and we had traveled to Canada. So I called the mosque to figure out what time prayer time was, and I told her I was sick. And that would soon to be my wife. The relationship went really good until I got into some financial situation, and I have to say this also, that my wife was from a very stable family, and I came from a very unstable family. I hate to just make it a religious concept of marriage, because there's a lot of things we say when we get married, but we don't really know what that means, like till death do us part, like that, for richer or for poorer. We say that, but no matter what faith you might be in, what happens if your husband becomes broke? Do you hang out there? Do you actually do what you say, or do you pack up your bags and leave? So we have to look at that. So I don't think it really matters on your faith that you might be in, but it has to do with, can we get through this together? And most of the time, it's not going to work.